don't know about you, but I have chosen not to start my new year January 1st. I fully believe that the winter is for rest and recuperation. No, that's not how you say that word. Recuperation. And not for grinding and hustling and forcing yourself to start New Year's resolutions. I feel like the reason that New Year's resolutions there's the taboo, and I feel like half the reason is because we start in the middle of hibernation season. Like, look around me. The world is asleep. Everything is dead, or sleeping, hibernating. The leaves are gone. The plants are died back. Like, it's time to prune. Speaking of, what the heck happened to my blueberries? Very strange. Oh, DJ cut a tree and it fell on my blueberry bush. That's okay, they needed to be pruned anyway because it's the winter. These blueberries are fine though, the ones behind me. They're just 7 feet tall because we haven't done anything to prune them back. So this is the year for that. But anyway, it's time to rest. And I am not trying to be a go-getter right now. I am not trying to start anything that I can't, I'm not gonna set myself up for failure right now. Because this year for me is all about honoring my energy, honoring my cycles, honoring literally everything in me is like, no, just stay inside, be cozy. Like, even right now, I am not wearing enough clothes. I'm cold. It is cold. Who wants to start a year in the middle of a frigid winter? Like, everything's asleep, everything is dead. Spring is when everything starts to wake up, when everything is born again. Maple, you are going to get so dirty. Unacceptable. Like, what do you expect? Do you expect to have all of this energy and be bubbling over, want to roll out of bed into the car to go to the gym when it's freezing outside? No one wants to do that. I'm not saying don't, and I'm not bashing the people that can maintain that, but it just goes against everything that my body is telling me to do. Can you please stop yelling at me? My cats are so needy. Pippa, do I need to put you inside so I can have my time? Yes. And now she's crawling on my back. Okay. You gonna get back on my back? She tried. What is it, sweet baby? My kids are at school, but my cats are also like little children. Mommy has no free time, no peace. I'm just kidding, not true. That's not true. So as I was saying, this is not look around me. Everything is dead. Not dead. Everything is hibernating. Everything is sleeping. Everything is at rest. The trees are storing their energy. The grass is storing its energy. Everything is storing its energy. This is time to rest and be cuddled up in blankets and have a fire going and plan and strategize, but not to the point where you overwork yourself and overdo it. But this is a time to reassess, take into account everything that happened last year, and figure out what you intend to start when the world starts to wake up again. And obviously, we have life responsibilities. We have things that we have to do. We have jobs and families and obligations, and there's all kinds of stuff. I get it. But whatever is within our ability, we need to do our best to not overextend ourselves. Even our energy, we naturally want to start things in the spring. That's why spring cleaning is a thing. People are like, okay, we're out of the slumber, we're out of hibernation. It's time to get some stuff done. People start getting stir crazy, and it's time to get some stuff done. And like I said, New Year's resolutions, in the past, I haven't done New Year's resolutions in a while, just because they have always been just a setup for failure. And I just lack consistency, and I've been working on it. But I also just realized that I was just trying to force myself to do too much. And at a time when my body just wanted to rest and pause. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Hello, llama. Good time. Come on. Hey, buddy. This is Dodo. I thought he had blood on his neck, but I think somebody pooped on him. It's just poop. You're free. Yeah, that was poop. That was poop. Day in the life. Anyway, as I was saying, it just feels more authentic and in line with, honestly, okay, so my word of the year, I haven't decided if I want it to be bloom or blossom. Blossom, they kind of mean the same thing, but I feel like bloom is more dramatic. Bloom is more like in your face, whereas blossom is more gentle and intentional, but blossom feels more in line with like what I'm aiming for, what I'm trying to go for in the year as a whole. Just like a gentle growth, a patient growth, a kind and slow growth. But at the same time, I feel like I'm bursting at the seams to the point where it's like, I just feel like this year is going to be explosive. So maybe I want to stick with bloom. Because that's kind of the energy that I feel like this year is going to embody. Like, even though right now I want to rest, like I'm not doing nothing. I'm dreaming and planning and scripting and journaling. And like that feels like what needs to be happening right now. We have flowers that we need to plant, so those seeds need to be started, and the land needs to be cleared and dug up and mulched and tended to. So it's like, even though I'm not trying to like dive in head first right now, like I'm still planning, but it's more like a wind down. Like I'm like, okay, I'm winding down. I'm taking into account like what happened in 2024 and assessing and reflecting. And you know, another thing too is it's like I didn't have time to plan for 2025 like on paper. Like I've got everything kind of in my head, but I haven't really like processed it and gone through it because the holidays and kids concerts and family obligations and like parties and events and whatever. Like we didn't have that many this year, but a lot of people do. And honestly, the reason that we didn't this year is because I have learned to say no. That is a big takeaway for me this year, saying no. So I'm definitely going to do a whole video on that. But so the holidays this year weren't that crazy, but they also were enough crazy to not allow me to have the time to really plan like I wanted to. And that's okay, because I have the next couple months. I have January and February, and I'm not guilt tripping myself for not like diving into things, you know, like right now is the planning process, and that is still very important. I don't want to spend all of my time planning. I don't want to get stuck in the planning process. Like things do still need to get done. But like I said, I'm not diving in head first. Like spring feels like an organic, natural start, literally. And when you start in January, like it just feels forced. You know what I'm saying? So. Well, hey. Hey. I don't have more snacks. Oh, hello. It's Matilda. There's one egg. There's one chicken. No eggs. Oh, wow. I wouldn't have seen that if I hadn't been on the camera. 2 eggs. This little baby lays a blue egg. Did you lay it yet? Are you sitting on more? Yeah, probably. Okay, do your thing. 5 eggs so far. We've been getting about 10 a day. 8 to 12. I might have a cat knock this camera over. We will see. Right now I'm stamping the date on these eggs that I got yesterday. I have this little library, like a librarian book stamp. There it is. That I'm able to put the date on these because I got this little stamp. And I don't know, I was gonna use it for like journaling and planning and stuff, and I just never did. Well, maybe a couple times, but not consistently. But now we use it every single day. So it brings me complete and utter joy every single time I use it. I love it. But anyway, I digress. So these are the ones that I've gotten today so far. Dipper, can you not? They're all pink so far. Well, brown, I guess you would say. But they're still warm. But yeah, the chickens are outside squawking. I think somebody just laid an egg. But anyway, that's another thing. Like, just the chickens, they go to bed when it's dark. They wake up when the sun comes up. Like, animals follow nature. Nature follows nature. So I'm going to follow my chickens' sleep schedule. Okay, maybe not the sleep schedule, but at least activity schedule, because like they start going up into their coop around 5:45, 6 o'clock Eastern time zone, and they're in there for a long time till 7:30 in the morning, which I wake up a lot earlier than that. But yeah, it just only makes sense. Like, especially because at this point in my life, I'm trying to honor my energy and honor my systems and honor my cycles, like my life cycle, my energy cycles, my menstrual cycle. So it only is natural for me to not try and force myself into this grind mode in the middle of hibernation season. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna move spots, but look how cute these little containers are. With our little rainbow eggs. I love them. DJ has been selling them at work, and we've been wanting to start a farm stand, but he just keeps selling all of our eggs at work, like all the extras, the stuff that we don't give away to other people. And so I have none to put in a farm stand, but the farm stand's not even built yet, so it's fine. It'll happen when it happens, but we have all the materials for it. It's in the cards soon. We'll see when we get around to it, but we also, I'm going to be putting bread in there, and eventually we're going to have a bunch of flowers. We're growing a bunch of flowers this year. And we're also, I was gifted some beehives from some friends of mine. Actually, two different couple friends of mine. So one couple gave me a hive, and I was thrilled. And so then I talked about that to some of my other friends that also keep bees. And they were like, well, you can't just have one, you have to have three. So they gave me 2 more full hives. Well, almost full. I need to buy like a few pieces that is going to cost like maybe $50. Plus I need to buy the bees. There's that. There's that part. But I'm fine with that. Like, they saved me hundreds of dollars. They gave me the bee suit, like all the stuff, the smoker, gloves, tools. I'm fucking pumped. So yeah, so our farm stand eventually will have honey products, bee products, and I want to do some beeswax cloth for reusable food storage. So I'm excited about that, because then I can use a bunch of my vintage fabric, and I have a ton of fabric that's just like scraps. And I mean, I could make a quilt with it, but I made one quilt last year. Well, I didn't even finish it. I sewed a quilt top, and I never even backed it. I basted it, but I didn't finish it. So I'm not going to assume that I'm going to get around to sewing all of those scraps into a quilt. So I think I would rather use them for now as this egg is so pretty. I don't know if you can see it. Come on, focus, focus. It's got freckles on it. I don't know if you can see it. But anyway, yeah, so I want to use the fabric to make some beeswax food storage bags. My train of thought is non-existent. I'm trying to get eggs that don't have poop on them. I try not to wipe them off because I don't want to wipe the bloom off, because that makes them not safe to bacteria, and then they have to live in the fridge because we leave them out, because they're fine for a very, very, very long time without being in the fridge. So I'm gonna go wash this, and then I'm gonna take my shoes off and go sit somewhere else.